I have no idea. I have no idea. Victoria Park, nice at the Victoria Park. And we went up and opened, speed skaters went up to Fergus and opened the arena up there. And on the, like, you have the blue line and the red lines. Well, they're right in the ice. But they didn't have the ice tough enough, and it was this paper that you wrap, tissue paper, and you come around and you get caught in that. And then we used to speed skate a lot at the old arena on Queen Street. I started on a pair of bob skates. And then this fellow that worked for McBail's said to my dad was a trainer for the Waterloo Tigers, and he said to him, he says, put her on a pair of ordinary skates. So I went on to speed skating then, and from speed skating I went back to the regular skates to play hockey. Well, Mr. Fox's boy was a mailman, or he was a delivery man anyways. And he went to my mother, and my mother said, they said something about hockey. My mother says, I have a daughter that plays with her brother. And he says, well, why don't you, I'll talk to my dad. And he says, maybe he'll tell her to come down. 2 days after, I went down. And I went out, practiced with him, skated around, come back in, and Herb Bach at the time was the manager. And then Hilda came over, and Herb says, you got another player. So he introduced me to Hilda. But all I had on was a pair of slacks and my skates, and that's it, and a hockey stick. Oh, maybe twice a week. I used a trolley. The streetcar would go from where I lived down to the junction where the gardens is, down here in Kitchener. Then you got the trolley from there to Preston, 15 cents on the trolley. Saturday night on a radio, and not very many people had radios at that time. I didn't have any actually favorite player. Well, the one that I liked was center iceman, but I can't think of his name now. Well, the home rink was the Preston Arena, but we didn't play very many games there. And when we did, we'd have maybe, the only ones that would come were the relatives of the players that were playing. But most of our games were played at the Galt Arena, because it was a bigger, well, it wasn't a bigger ice size, but it was a bigger arena. But they didn't put any more people in there than they would have in Preston, because it was just the families that would come most of the time. Well, the condition of the rink was fine. Dressing rooms weren't. Like when they didn't have the ice in there, they had roller skating, and the dressing rooms were terrible. But at that time, what can you do? That's what, 37 years, 1937. Oh yeah, but you know how I used to practice that? On the garage door. Till my dad gave me heck. Well, she's the one that used to write a lot about us. And she came once in a while, she talked to us. But I never talked very much to her, because I didn't know what to say to her. They were a very good team. Some ways we were lucky, we got lucky breaks just like everybody else. But that happens. But I wouldn't say that we could overpower them, even though we won a lot of games. But they were smart, and they were good too. No, but my mother told me about them. So I went one night just to see them practice. And that's all. So my mother said to me, would you be interested? I says, they don't want me. I says, look at them out there, the size of them, the age of them. She says, oh, we don't know, maybe they will. So 2 weeks after, this is what happened. There used to be a team from Toronto, they'd come up and play us, eh? And they had a granddaughter in goal, grandmother on the defense line, and another relative on the forward line. And every time you went by that grandmother on the defense line, she used to crack you in the back of the rib, back of the foot. So I thought to myself, you do it once more, and I'm going to let you have it. So I come down, and as I was going by her, I could see the stick coming like this. So when she went to go like this, I just went with my stick and knocked her right off her feet. I felt sorry for her because she was old. I meant it quite a bit. When you think of it today, it was very good. But at that time, you just kept playing. You wanted to play sports. Well, they divided me with the elbow pads, the sweater, the pants, the socks, and the shin guards. Other than that, nothing. No sticks, nothing. But at that time, hockey sticks were only 25 to 75 cents. Today they're $25 to $100 and some dollars. Oh, there's not enough you could say about her. She was good tennis. She was good in bowling. She helped the kids out in school, scouts, Girl Guides. And afterwards, she had a team down in Preston. And Nellie was in the goal, and Hilda coached them. But Hilda would bend over backwards for you. And when I lived in Ottawa, she'd come down and see my mother and ask her when I was coming. So my mother would tell her, and Hilda would come down and see me. None of the others did it, but Hilda did. I would say Hilda played full game just as good as Wayne Gretzky. She could stick handle, she could do this, she could do that. And she never let you down. And she wasn't one of these kind that was greedy. If she had the puck, she'd pass it to you. Not that she wanted to take the spotlight. She'd let everybody else have some spotlight as well as her. But she could walk through a team and think nothing of it. Well, Nellie was very laid back. And of course, Nellie didn't have a lot to stop. I mean, she might have 10 or 15 shots a night. She'd stop them quite easy. But other than that, she was altogether different. Norma Heibel was a very nice girl. Like I said, I didn't bother too much with anybody. And Marm, she was quite a kidder, same as her sister. And Helen Salt was a kidder. You just had to watch what you were doing. And Violet Hall, I don't know where she is today, but the other one that was on there, she's passed away. And I didn't bother too much with them. As I said, Marie Balstein lived up here and she played the same time. We used to go back and forth on the streetcar. We'd have to watch the time, and if we got out of there at, say, 9:30, streetcar was going to be there at 9:45. We had to get out there we didn't stay around too long. But you didn't hang around like you do today. You finished the game, got dressed, and out you went. Because you had a streetcar to catch. If you didn't, you'd have to wait another hour and a half. So what are you going to do for that? Well, my first memory is I was very nervous. Very, very nervous. But then, as time went on, it got better. Well, I played center ice. But I wasn't selfish with the puck either. But I'd go into the corners as well as anybody else would go in the corners. A lot of these hockey players today, they'll let their teammates go in the corners and let them shoot it out. It's not the center iceman that he'll go in, but the ones that should go in don't go in. Now they claim like Gordie Howe there with his elbows up and all that, but he went in and fought for the puck. You don't see that many people going in there anymore. And as far as the heads go, like with Sid Crosby and that, I think that's terrible. I mean, they can hit a person when they go to the boards to get the puck, but not above the shoulders. They got no protection. As far as the helmet goes, you might as well just leave it on the floor.